It's Baton Rouge, we're the capital of Louisiana. I've been in Louisiana mostly all my life. This is the greatest state with the greatest food and some of the best police departments and the best training. I love it, and that's nothing else I can really say about it.
Well, I think when we look at what happened in the city of Baton Rouge, we had 3 significant incidents. We had an officer-involved shooting, followed by the shooting of our police officers, our heroes, as well as a flood, the Great Flood of Baton Rouge.
And so those 3 incidents wrapped up within like a year, created a lot of trauma within our community between police officers, but then also just community trauma in general. So that is why collective healing was awarded to our city.
Well, the goal of collective healing is to, one, recognize that there is trauma, and then to provide solutions and help.
The wellness program boosts morale by giving them an opportunity and a safe place to go and ask for help, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional. It's just a safe place for them to be able to reach out in a time of need. One of the events that we do is the Uphill Climb 5K. We invite our community, our officers, and our families to come and participate in the run. And what it's designed to do is bring awareness for suicide and mental health issues and provide resources for them as well.
As men and women in a uniform, a lot of us have type A personalities. We don't share a lot of information with people and we hold stuff in. So to have collective healing come in and assist with how we communicate and we open up about the things that we deal with, it's a very good thing, and we're blessed to have something like that in a department that has suffered some losses in these last few years. So it's great.
We're creating an environment where our police officers are safe to say, you know what, I need help. Because our police officers are human. And we want to give them the opportunity to address those issues so that they can come back mentally prepared and emotionally prepared to go out there and be the public servant that they are.
What y'all been doing out there? Proactive patrol. That's right. All those proactive patrols, Operation Pinpoint.
The Real-Time Crime Center is a location that we're able to bring in all the different types of intelligence and different technology that we have as a police department into one location, so we can provide that information to officers responding to calls and give them additional information that's not traditionally provided through normal dispatch.
I'm trying to see if he was backing up earlier.
Oh, the guy right here?
Yeah.
The Real-Time Crime Center will be in partnership with the community through a community camera share program, which is a true partnership. It's the community allowing the police department to view their cameras that are in public-facing areas so we can see those cameras while we're en route to calls to that location.
So one of the things that we realized, there are a small group of people that are responsible for a majority of the crime that happen. So what we're doing is we're doing a better job of identifying those small group of individuals. And we're doing that through analytics, through the use of technology, through good intelligence, but also through building relationships with the community we serve. And you build relationships by having conversations, by giving the community a voice. You know, we're doing that through our Chief Advisory Council that we created. We're doing this by having listening sessions, which are part of our collective healing grant.
It's a real issue. I live in the River Bend.
We need to get the public to see that it's not bad dealing with the police. The police aren't someone that's a bad figure. They are someone that's going to help you with the community.
Well, Elizabeth and Tanya both lost their sons to violence in the city of Baton Rouge, and they were at a meeting, and they were frustrated, they were hurt, they were angry, and a lot of that frustration was directed at the police department because we had not solved the crime and arrested the person who committed that crime against their loved one.
You know, nobody's gonna come save this community if we don't save it ourselves. We have to do what we have to do to bring the police department in our community to help us. I think it's important for the community to speak up because this could be you sitting here. This could be, you know, your child that was murdered. And if it was you, you would want somebody to say something.
So those same ladies who were at that meeting, who were blaming law enforcement, are now standing side by side with us at press conferences. And they're telling the public that you too have a responsibility to come forward when you have information about violence in our city.
I think one thing that's important for me is that people understand the diversity needed to run an efficient department. A lot of times when people hear diversity, the first thing they think about is race or sex. But I think one other thing that's very important to that is the diversity of thought and creativity and skill sets. A lot of times people think that in order to be a police officer, you just got to be some rough, gruff type person. And that's not always true. You also need compassion. You also need smart analytical minds. You need people who can look at scientific data and process that. People who enjoy just going out and talking with the public and building a relationship. That's very important. And those are the people that we want to find. We want to say, hey, come to us. Tell us what you're good at, and we'll find a place for you because we have it here. There's so many opportunities at this department that you're hard-pressed to find something that you couldn't do here.
It's going to be a good day for Baton Rouge, and I'm excited about the future here in our city.